I'm going to give Mr. Troy...
Please, Mr. Chairman, may I have a call? Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's good that we're rewriting standing orders on the hoof.
No,
it's good. It's good. It's good to follow yet another excellent contribution by the member Eugenie Sage, and actually I wanted to say also that the member for Southland, Eric Roy, Invercargill, I beg your pardon, made a great contribution. It was good to have someone with his first-hand knowledge of hunting and some real detail to put on the bone. I want to register the ongoing frustration on this side of the House with the lack of any contribution from the Minister and the Chair. And I don't know how much hunting is done in East Coast bays these days, but probably more... Well, I want to come to that. But I suspect more hunting is done from the comfort of kind of big game lodges that have been tacked on to various foreign affairs excursions and international conferences. So we live in hope that Mr. McCulley will make a contribution and answer the many questions that have been posed in the course of this debate. It seems to me, looking at the background to this bill coming to the committee stages, that it is something of a textbook study in how not to make legislation. It is a pretty unsatisfactory process. If we put aside, just for a minute, the details of what the bill seeks to do, it is an unsatisfactory process, and I want to provide some background to why Labor is not supporting the bill at this point. When the bill was first tabled in the House and at its first reading, I have to say there was, mixed views within the Labor caucus, but considerable sympathy for some of the intent of this bill to provide a place for hunters to stand within the governance of our natural environment and recreational system in New Zealand, and a considerable sympathy with their desire to have more of a say and to be part of decision making and to protect their access to hunting places around this country. But as with all these sorts of things, there are always complex trade-offs to be made, and I think we've reached a point where we believe that this bill actually hinders rather than helps the building of constructive relationships between the hunting community and the conservation estate, and that actually this bill, the risk now is that it will do more harm than good. I want to just touch on some of the arguments why we believe that's the case. The first is that the council, as it's set up in Part 1 of the bill, it's been set up as a standalone, separate entity. And there was a lot of debate, I understand, at Select Committee that, in fact, it could have been set up as an advisory body. What it does is that this is the opposite of creating clean lines of accountability and authority. It basically muddies, it cuts across, it sets up competing interests in the management of the conservation estate, and I think that's unfortunate, and I would suggest that in time that will make it unsustainable. It sets up direct and competing interests in the management of wild animals. So that's the first thing. The second is that, just as worrying, I think, is that in regard to the final determination on a proposal for conservation purposes, for example, the dropping of 1080 for pest eradication purposes, that it gives the Game Animal Council that determinative role. And that is a serious issue, and we would regard that as creating, that is going to create strife. That will build into the system a real tension around what is already a fraught issue in terms of decision making. So the third issue is about funding of the council, and That's one that the committee worked really hard on. In addition to that, Mr Chair.
Jackie Dean.
Mr Chair.
The question is that the question be now put. Those of that opinion will say aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. Party votes called for. Ask the clerk for a party vote.
New Zealand National.
59 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour.
33 votes opposed.
Green Party.
14 votes opposed.
New Zealand First.
7 votes in favour.
Māori Party.
3 votes in favour.
Mana.
1 vote opposed.
Act New Zealand.
1 vote in favour.
United Future.
1 in favour.
Brendan Horan.
1 vote in favour.
Members, the ayes are 72, the noes are 48. The question will be put. We first have the Minister's amendments as set out on SOP number 395. The question is that the amendments be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. Party votes called for. Ask the clerk for a party vote.
New Zealand National.
59 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour.
33 opposed.
Green Party.
14 votes opposed.
New Zealand First.
7 votes in favour.
Māori Party.
3 votes opposed.
Mana.
1 vote opposed.
Act New Zealand.
1 vote in favour.
United Future.
1 vote in favour.
Brendan Horan.
1 vote in favour.
Members, the ayes are 69, the noes are 51. The amendments are agreed to. We now have an amendment to clause 16 in the name of Eugenie Sage as set out on SOP number 399. The question is that the amendment be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. To the contrary, no. The noes have it. Party votes called for. I'll ask the clerk for a party vote.
New Zealand National.
59 votes opposed.
New Zealand Labour.
33 in favour.
Green Party.
14 in favour.
New Zealand First.
7 opposed.
Māori Party.
3 votes opposed.
Mana.
1 in favour.
Act New Zealand.
1 opposed.
United
1
Future.
vote opposed.
Brendan Horan.
Members, the ayes are 48, the noes are 71. The amendment is not agreed to. We have a further amendment in the name of Eugenie Sage to insert new clause 16A as set out on SOP number 400. The question is that the amendment be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. To the contrary, no. The noes have it. The party votes called for. Ask the clerk for a party vote.
New Zealand National.
59 votes opposed.
New Zealand Labour.
33 votes in favour.
Green Party.
14 votes in favour.
New Zealand First.
7 opposed.
Māori Party.
3 votes opposed.
Mana.
1 in favour.
Act New Zealand.
1 vote opposed.
United
1
Future.
vote opposed.
Brendan Horan.
Members, the ayes are 48, the noes are 71. The amendment is not agreed to. We have a further amendment in the name of Eugenie Sage to insert a new clause 16B as set out on SOP number 401. The question is that the amendment be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. To the contrary, no. The noes have it. So party votes called for. Ask the clerk for a party vote.
New Zealand National.
59 votes opposed.
New Zealand Labour.
33 votes in favour.
Green Party.
14 votes in favour.
New Zealand First.
7 votes opposed.
Māori Party.
3 votes opposed.
Mama.
1 vote in favour.
Act New Zealand.
1 vote opposed.
United Future.
1 vote opposed.
Brendan Horan.
Members, the ayes are 48, the noes are 71. The amendment is not agreed to. The question now is that Part 1 is amended stand part. Those of that opinion will say aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. Party votes called for. Ask the clerk for a party vote.
New Zealand National.
59 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour.
33 votes opposed.
Green Party.
14 votes opposed.
New Zealand First.
7 votes in favour.
Māori Party.
3 votes opposed.
Mana.
1 vote opposed.
Act New Zealand.
1 vote in favour.
United Future.
1 vote in favour.
Brendan Horan.
1 vote in favour.
Members, the ayes are 69, the noes are 51. Part 1 is amended, will stand part. We now move to debate on Part 2. This is clauses 27 to 36 and schedules 1 to 3. The question is that Part 2 stand part.
Mr. Chairman,
The Honourable
please may I have a
Ruth
call,
Dyson.
Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much. It's good to speak in Part 2, which deals with some of the issues